Ever since the day that you went away, you went away.
Hi guys, my name is Andra. I make commentary and lifestyle videos. Today's video is something that I have discovered through the page of Diet Prada. I've talked about them before on my Ariel Charnas video. It's a great page, a lot of resources, a lot of research behind them. So most of what I'm going to be talking about here is something that I found through Diet Prada. So credit to them for everything. I filmed this video a few weeks ago. And since then, I would like to say that although I am openly complimentary and supportive of the page Diet Prada, I no longer support them due to a string of posts related to anti-Slavic sentiment and discrimination of my people, Slavs. Because of that, I can no longer in good heart recommend you to check their page. Although it is very well researched, I just think that xenophobia should not be accepted, and just because I may not be a person of color, I shouldn't be denied the right to seek justice and apologies when it comes to my people, because my people have been discriminated throughout history. A lot of times my people have been enslaved before, and I will not take it. So if you want to check out the page still, that is up to you, but I no longer endorse the page Diet Prada. Although, as I said, their research has been helpful in this video, so I will still keep the credit up because I'm respectful to the integrity of the journalists and artists of the world, and it feels like if I wasn't to credit them just because I don't personally like them, I would be doing something very, very similar to what is being done by the subject of this video, Danielle Bernstein, and I'm not a hypocrite. So enjoy the video. I just feel like it's good to add my voice to something like this because I am an artist. I have graduated art university, film production, more specifically, and when I see artists who plagiarize, it really, really gets me going. It pisses me off because that's like the worst thing that you could do, is to take something that is so personal to someone, because if it's real art and if you really care about it, which I feel like small businesses do, because why would you put all that effort into something that is not making you a lot of profit, if not because you care about it? I feel like these small businesses put out a piece of their souls into their work, and to have it stolen by an influencer serial thief is disgusting, and I do feel like my voice is needed here. The story starts in 2018 when influencer Danielle Bernstein, who has her own brand called WOC, plagiarized jewelry designs from several small brands in her collaboration with Nordstrom. And you might remember from my other video, if you've watched it, that is related to Diet Prada as well, Nordstrom is also involved in that situation with Ariel Charnas. So I feel like by now we should realize that maybe Nordstrom is involving themselves with problematic people all over the board. Maybe it's just their thing. So the collaboration was between Danielle Bernstein and Lulu DK together with Nordstrom. The company that found out that the jewelries are identical is called Foundrae, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, and they obviously expressed disappointment at the incident by posting the parallels between their jewelry and the plagiarized jewelry by saying, "This is not Foundrae, this is a costume line that Danielle Bernstein of We Were What made for Nordstrom with the help of Lulu DK. All complete copies. Tonight I feel crushed. Danielle came to my house over a year ago to see our jewelry, and we let her borrow pieces several times. How is it not personal when you let a person into your home, let them wear your pieces, and then she knocks it off? It's an abuse of privilege, taking advantage of access. The buyers of Nordstrom also have a responsibility to protect design integrity, and their PR team is creating consumer confusion by endorsing her as the designer, which is not the truth. Honestly, I want to turn the other cheek, but I need to call out when wrong is wrong." And they are right to call it out. I assume it's a she who did this, but she's right to do that, especially since she knows the person, Daniel, personally. It's just a betrayal of trust on a personal level, like the post said. The pictures are just identical, as you can see. And obviously Diet Prada called it out, and good, that's what should have been done. So here's the post that Diet Prada made. We were bad. Did you miss the memo on social responsibility in 2018? Because it seems like your jewelry line with LuLuDK Lifestyle for Nordstrom is cherry-picked out of your personal jewelry collection. Pieces from hardworking designers who not only shared their work with you, but some even invited you into their homes. Pretty cruddy way to show support for Foundrae, Retrouvaille, and Bondi jewelry, if you ask us. Later on, the We Were Rat page has issued an apology, and we're gonna read that together. I'm grateful for my followers and all the trust and support you have given over me over the years. As you know, I have been really excited about the launch of my jewelry collaboration with LuLuDK and We Were Rat, which was inspired by a vintage locket I purchased at a flea market after my grandfather passed away a year ago. Thank you to everyone that has shown support thus far. It has been extremely upsetting and frustrating to be on the receiving end of a vicious online campaign to inaccurately paint the LuLuDK We Were Rat collaboration in a negative light, based on misrepresentation. These attacks are especially hurtful because they go far beyond this jewelry collection and have become incredibly personal. Above all, my name and integrity have been dragged through the mud on the one thing that has given me so much success and joy in my life, social media. I would never in a million years deliberately copy or attempt to knock off another brand's work. I said from the beginning that my collaboration was inspired by vintage and high-end jewelry pieces. My pieces are different from those saying I stole their designs. My goal has and always will be to bring quality products at an affordable price point to my followers, and I will not be deterred by anyone. I will stand by my values and the truth. That being said, the past couple of days have been devastating for me. I have never experienced such malicious hatred in my life. My character being called to question has broken my heart. To show everyone that I will always do the right thing and have a deep respect for the creative communities I work with and those in my industry, I will be pulling few pieces from our 27-piece collection that have come into question. Please respect our decision and stop with the hateful comments. I will not give such negativity a voice on my feed. To my followers, I am still extremely proud of the collection I worked so hard on and hope you will continue to support me. I have built my brand on being authentic and true and will never stray from that. We look forward to the launch on May 9th. And the thing is, with all this, it's all a lie and it's all bullshit. So she's twisting it that she's the victim of a malicious hate campaign. What the fuck? How is that hateful? She is saying that she got this inspiration from vintage pieces that she's found, which is going to be a recurring theme on her later plagiarisms that are now in 2020, because she's done this all over again multiple times, and she always claims that it's from some miracle vintage pieces that she's found. Like, please girl, tell me where you're shopping your vintage, because I would like to know, because it seems like everything you have is like dope and it's plagiarized. So she's apologizing, but the way that she's apologizing is like she's being forced to apologize, and she does not feel remorse. As I said, she's the victim in here. Like, she's playing the victim. She is making it about how, out of the goodness of her heart and her respect for artist integrity, she decided to remove the pieces. No, you did because you want to avoid a lawsuit. And because probably Nordstrom made you remove the pieces. It wasn't even, I don't think it was her choice. And the thing is that what respect do you have for the creative community if you plagiarize over and over again on multiple instances? That is not respect, that's bullshit. You just want to make money or a gold digger. That's all you are. Somebody from Nordstrom has issued the following statement after that by saying, we take situations like this seriously and partner with LuLuDK and Danielle Bernstein to remove each of the pieces in question. We're excited to offer our customers the chance to shop the rest of the collection on May 9th. And later on, Diet Prada posted an Instagram post calling out 2 more small jewelry brands which allegedly had similar designs. And after that, they accused Nordstrom of stealing designs from a jewelry brand called Bagatiba, and they did not remove them. And obviously, Diet Prada is 100% correct here by saying, these designers spend all their time and money to create beautiful, meaningful products and often don't have the resources to protect their designs or litigate. It's hard to find a solution that pleases all parties, and as of now, the offending pieces from the collection are set to be destroyed. Could have donated them to women's charity or whatever. But when this whole situation happened, to be honest, in 2018, I did not know about this. But I'm gonna tell you how I found out about this person and what else she's been up to, because I have found at least 3 more instances of her plagiarizing pieces, and they've all been reported by Diet Prada. It seems like Diet Prada is on the case with this person, and I appreciate that. So in June, Danielle plagiarized a design for masks with a chain from this brand called By Second Wind, which already offered the masks a month before Danielle even started doing that, and she managed to get 3 masks out of them. And after she got the freebies, she said that they're not a copy, but she's making other masks that are similar to that, so just giving you a heads up, whatever. And obviously that's very, very horrible that she had the courage to even pop up and say that to the person. It's just disgusting. It's like rubbing it in. Look at my privilege, look at my money, look at what I can do. And I like the end of the post by Diet Prada saying that at least she's finally wearing a mask, which made me really laugh because, like, how can you be so irresponsible not to even wear a mask and then you're out here selling masks? Like, that's one thing that I saw James Charles being criticized for, and I agree 100%. I do tend to avoid being negative about James Charles because I feel like he's been through a lot, but I do still feel like he needs to be held accountable when he does, which is, in the case of the masks, him making his sister merch, or sister apparel rather, masks, but then going to parties without a mask. Like, why did you even make them? So are we, the poor people, the only ones supposed to wear them, but you, the rich, are not? Are you somehow immune to COVID? So the other thing that's been pointed out in the comments of this post is that in her highlighted stories, she posted about highlighting injustice and the need to support small businesses owned by women of color, but she's plagiarizing her designs from small businesses, not necessarily owned by women of color. I don't know about that, but it's still small businesses, you know, it doesn't matter who owns them. And the thing is, if you look at the masks, they look so much cheaper. Like, look at that. It just looks disgusting. It looks so cheap. And the original ones look a lot better quality, which, how can that be possible? It's a small business. You have all the resources. But to be fair, it tends to be the big businesses that make really, really bad quality products because they just don't care. And it's horrible. This is happening. And since then, there have been other incidents. Less than a month after that, she's been caught plagiarizing a pair of shorts. And she said that they are actually from a vintage, but then people actually found out that it was from an Etsy shop called Art Garments Australia, or AU rather. And the person who has that business has been collecting vintage pieces since 2011 by saying, I hand source, shoot, edit and upload, measure and describe, hand wrap and post each piece myself. It's a labor of love and never really feels like work. Her only non-vintage item is a pair of simple elastic waist shorts, which are clearly listed as pre-order. So that means that they are designed by her, obviously, if they're pre-ordered. After the whole drama started and people started realizing that the shop is the same one that Danielle is claiming that actually was a vintage, the owner of this company, Greyscale, has searched in the orders history and found out the receipts of Danielle Bernstein shopping from there, which is disgusting. At least don't leave a paper trail. At least have someone else buy it on a different name if you want to do this shit. The owner of the company said, we all know fashion often references vintage, so I'm not sure why my pairs were chosen as a template and not a true 90s gym short. Her own shorts are based off €3 Berlin flea market find, worn until the waist lost its stretch. I took what remained to a local seamstress with some amendments, longer, wider legs for a bit more coverage, stretchier waist. There are ethical ways to use vintage in the inspiration and design process, tweaking and personalizing, ensuring you're not siphoning credit and revenue from a small Australian shop. And the thing is, I 100% agree that, you know, vintage pieces are often copied, and I think you should be able to make them into like something more modern, so like give them a twist, but not if a small business is already doing that. Just go straight to the actual vintage. Like, the fact that she steals her stuff from small businesses but then she claims that it's from a vintage, and she's done this twice now, just makes me feel like she's too lazy to actually shop vintage. Like, where is the effort here? At least if you want to steal, go and steal from somewhere that cannot be traceable. And here is the caption that she's changed, which is insane to me. She wrote, woke up to so many DMs about these shorts that I threw on to get my shoot yesterday. They're vintage gym shorts from the 90s and I'm remaking them for my brand. I randomly love really them to what? And I'm always inspired by vintage pieces I've collected over the years. Correction, these are from Etsy and I totally thought they were vintage, but they are made to order. Someone on my team ordered them for me a while back. I will not be making them. That's not a proper apology, that's just bullshit. Just delete the picture and stop being an asshole, in my opinion. I don't understand why she's like continuing onto this path. And more recently, she's suing an indie brand that she plagiarized off of. So she's suing them because she stole from them. Please make it make sense. So these are the designs that she stole from, and the original brand called the Great Eros wrote this: "Dear friends, Danielle Bernstein, We Were What, and Onya filed a lawsuit against us yesterday." Yes, you read that right, they sued us. "Over the past 4 years, we have been working our asses off as a small brand to make all of you feel good and create things with integrity, using sustainable practices we know make people feel confident in their own skin and items all of you can cherish for years to come. At this moment, it's all being stripped away because Danielle is taking us for everything we own over a design that she allegedly stole from us and is now suing us to bully us into submission. Guess what, Danielle? It won't work this time. We will gladly be the brand to set the precedent and fight back against you and your oppression until the moment you try and close our doors. Even if we have to spend every penny we have in court for years to come, we will be relentless in our pursuit for justice against you." No, you didn't just sue us with this lawsuit. You sued every small independent designer, business owner, and artist, and thanks to you, we are finally now united against you. P.S. Onya and masses, shame on you for being complicit and endorsing an influencer with such a lack of integrity. Know that it only looks poorly on your brands. Onya, your future orders will be blocked. We Were What, stop asking us for free product. And this is the proof that they have already got products from them, which they probably used to plagiarize the actual product. And it's disgusting to me that she would sue a small brand knowing that that might lead to bankruptcy on their side. If you have money, just purchase from the small brands that she's been leeching off of. Please support them because they need it during this time. This is the trouble of, people who are corrupted by capitalism and just horrible, disgusting people. It just makes me so upset as an artist myself, as a creative. It just makes me so upset that this is being allowed and that this person still has supporters, unless it's fake followers like Ariel Charnas has been, purchasing followers. So I don't know. But I feel like these businesses with no integrity should no longer exist and we should do more about that. And the thing is, this woman had COVID and after COVID she's back to stealing, like after recovering. What is wrong with you? And for me, it's the fact that after being called out for copying this last brand's design, she said that, no, I didn't copy it because it was just a standard way of drawing nudity and portraits. So why did you not think about it before? If it was so standard, why did you think about it after the brand did? Are you just so stupid that you cannot come up with your own ideas? Like, you should not be in this industry if you don't have any creativity in you. And if you have other employees, because she made it clear that it's a whole ass company with people, then hire some designers if you don't have a brain. If you don't have originality, hire them to do this. Like, I don't understand how you can be so disgusting as a person. Okay, so this is Andra from the future. I have waited to see how this story is developing and I have battled my own demons when it comes to, do I want to still post this because of the whole diaspora situation, and I decided on posting it because there have been developments in this case. So the brand that Danielle has sued in advance decided to also sue Danielle for plagiarism. They have also sued different retailers that have worked with Danielle Bernstein, such as Saks Fifth Avenue, Shopbop, Onya, and Carbon 38, because they have been the ones to sell the stolen designs that Danielle has produced. Danielle Bernstein said that her company's pattern was influenced by Matisse line drawings, not by their tissue paper. And she said that she did not copy the brand, she's never even bought or been given free merchandise from the store, but actually the Great Eros provided proof that that is not true, and she actually went in one of their showrooms. One of the things that the Great Eros said on social media when it comes to the Danielle Bernstein situation is, Danielle, you have become a bully, you just drove 100 miles per hour into a brick wall because your bullshit stops here and now. And Danielle replied by saying, I'm an advocate and committed supporter of small businesses, and as an entrepreneur and designer, I hold creative liberty and ownership in the highest regard. And I just think that is absolute bullshit, because you have copied so many times. How can you say that you actually care about small businesses at this point? Just own the scum of person that you are and stop pretending that you're better. And other than this incident, Danielle has actually plagiarized from another brand recently. Indie brand Greyscale has alleged that Bernstein stole a skirt design for her line with Macy's after ordering the item from the brand. Greyscale said on Instagram that Bernstein's piece is a direct copy, and in 2017 she ordered one and even did a YouTube review of the product. The LA-based brand's owner and designer, Kala Whitney, told Page 6 you never want to be the brand that is in a drama or a messy situation. It's unfortunate that this has to happen. She clearly thinks she can get away with anything, Whitney added. She keeps getting a slap on the wrist and then doing it again. It's not fair. At a certain point you have to learn. This just isn't right. And that's the thing, if it only happened once, I would have been like, well, she was stupid and thought she can get away with it. But how many blind times are people gonna just forget and forgive that you do this when you are obviously buying from their stores only to copy the designs? At least, as I said before, don't leave a paper trail. Don't buy on your name. Don't buy on your company. You buy from your company, like using their cards to get, I suppose, a tax deduction. And that just makes it even scummier. So you want to buy these pieces for free and then plagiarize them. Like, you're not even investing in the pieces before you plagiarize them. Like, it's just getting worse and worse with everything that I find out. Whitney, who said the skirt had been worn by high-profile celebrities such as Cardi B and Keke Palmer, thinks the department store should have noticed it was a copy. No one at the fashion company thought this looked familiar, she wondered. Whitney, who is black, noted that Macy's has said it will sell more products by black designers. It doesn't add up or make sense, she said. Now is not the time to be stealing designs, and especially not from black designers. So that's the thing as well. She's only stealing from small businesses, and mostly the small businesses are owned by minorities. Like I pinpointed before that one of the businesses that she stole from, the mask one, is a Latina-owned business. So you're like profiting off of us minorities for no fucking reason, because you know we're already vulnerable. You know it's already harder for us to find normal jobs. And when one of us is like making it into the world, obviously I'm not a person of color, so I don't claim to understand the struggles of people of color, but I am a minority. And I am heavily discriminated, not to the same extent as black people, but I do still feel the need to advocate for my own people as well, because I keep putting myself in the place of what if this happened to me as a Slavic girl in England, where they are literally ready to deport all of us, and they hosted a whole referendum in the form of Brexit with the purpose of deporting us. Like, that is the reason why Brexit won, because people want us, specifically Romanian, Polish, Bulgarian, whatever, Slavic people, they want us to be deported, and that is the reason they voted yes. So if you think about it this way, I'm in a country where half of the people who voted, well, over half of them, 17 million, because I googled it, don't want us to be here. So I will always stand for the people who don't have a voice that is as loud as this scummy capitalist pigs' voices, because that is what matters for this world. She was actually asked about the skirt recently by Page 6. She was approached to comment on the article, and her representatives, instead of answering the questions, sent them a list of her charity called We Gave What, to brag about what a good philanthropic spirit Danielle Bernstein is. Imagine if she was like that with the small business that she's ripping off of, instead of just claiming that she's such a good person, but then doing scummy shit like this. The thing is, this reminds me so much of the way Jeffree Star is acting. He's so problematic, but every time someone confronts him, he brings up all the charity work he's done and how good he's been with different oppressed groups. But it doesn't matter. If you slap me across the face and then you give me $10,000, I'll take the $10,000, but I'm still not gonna forgive you. So it doesn't matter that you donate and that you are such a philanthropist when you have been just horrible in general. Like, it doesn't matter. No one cares. Anyways, back to the past to see the rest of the video. But I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. I wish that this situation is getting resolved on the side of the small businesses, and I hope that you guys can go and, you know, take action. Either buy from the brands that have been victims of this person, or just try to hold this person, Danielle Bernstein, accountable, because it's disgusting what she's doing. And I don't know, I said to myself I'm gonna make more positive videos about good people, good role models, and they are coming, by the way. I have 2 of them already written down and planned, but this had to come first because this is about just a very, very dangerous situation for us during COVID. A lot of small businesses are going bankrupt. So if we don't support them as much as we can, people like this are going to take advantage of the circumstances of the pandemic and keep doing what they're doing, which is scamming and stealing. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like this video if you feel the same way about the situation. Subscribe to my channel for commentary and lifestyle, and I'll see you next time. Bye.